Is May really the last human who speaks? The simian flu caused the downfall of human society in a short time. A species that had become almost godlike, modifying their environment and even other animals, ended up reduced to an almost animal-like state, reverting to its most primitive form, while apes took control of the planet. However, perhaps not all humans became animals. And there are people immune to the virus who are still in hiding. In previous videos, we have explored multiple theories that May could be an astronaut, a feral human, or even a new version of the mutants. But there is yet another possibility that could explain why May has clothes from another era, and how she still could talk. May could be the last human to speak. Want to know more? Then stay tuned to this video. And for more videos of your favorite series and movies, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Welcome to the Oasis Geek. To understand this theory, we must first understand what happened to humanity after the fall of society. Although humanity took thousands of years to grow its society, in a few decades, the collapse of society was total. The spread of the simian flu led to a cataclysmic power shift between the species, giving the apes human intelligence and causing a deadly pandemic among humans, setting the stage for the rise of the apes and the decline of humanity. The simian flu virus spread around the world via international air routes after an infected airport worker transmitted it to travelers. The resulting pandemic decimated the human population in a matter of months, with approximately half of humanity dead within 6 to 8 months. Society collapsed in chaos and unrest. The apes experienced an evolutionary explosion of intelligence at the same time. 10 years later, human civilization had collapsed, with only small groups of immune survivors scattered around the world. Later, the virus mutated into a form which, instead of killing humans, turned them mute and primitive. The fall of humanity to this virus, and the supremacy of another more intelligent species, is the basis of the new film, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. But as with any virus, not all humans are affected in the same way. Some are immune, or manage to stay out of harm's way, while the world faced the crisis. For example, very wealthy people built safe havens underground to protect themselves. These subway bunkers, equipped with technology and food reserves, allowed their inhabitants to survive, while chaos reigned on the surface. Meanwhile, others sought safety in subway military installations, which also contained nuclear bombs, taking advantage of the protection and resources these places offered. These bases became small, fortified communities, where life went on, albeit in a very different way from what they knew before. Even in the original movies, many humans lived underground for hundreds of years without seeing sunlight, but not everyone had access to these sophisticated solutions. Many people chose to retreat to remote areas, far from cities and modern technology. In these places, communities had to learn to live off the land, rediscovering ancestral survival skills and creating new traditions. Over the generations, these communities adapted to a simpler lifestyle, but were not exempt from the challenges presented by the outside world. As the years passed, even the most secure shelters began to face problems. Bunkers and military bases, once seen as foolproof solutions, began to suffer from the wear and tear of time and the scarcity of resources. Isolated communities also faced their own challenges, such as disease and population decline, due to difficult living conditions. This is where this theory becomes interesting. Generally, the reasons for migrating are usually natural disasters or lack of resources for the tribe. It is possible that if May was in a group of humans who were immune to the virus, they had to return to the destroyed cities in search of resources. And it is possible that this group, over time, began to lose resources and community members. This group could even have been attacked by Proxima Caesar. We would not be talking about mutants in a city, but humans who survived, hiding for more than 300 years, who have their customs, and who are as intelligent as the humans of Caesar's time, since they are immune to the simian flu and their cognitive abilities were not affected. This would also explain why May's clothing resembles what humans normally wore. It is possible that she still has access to clothing production methods, and that much of human culture remains. It is even possible that in future movies, we will see a fairly advanced human city, but away from the apes, the same one that could eventually become mutants. But what if the group where May lived was attacked by Proximus Caesar, and May was the only one to escape? If Noah's group found those clothes with blood on them, was it because they were a trace May left behind when she escaped? What if May is the last of the humans who can talk? This would make May the last hope for humanity to return to normal, and Noah will try to protect her. This idea of May being the last immune human I think is very likely, even more so than being an astronaut. And while it's not a popular theory, I think it's where the movie could be heading, as it not only explains why they need May, but also her distinctive clothing. And that would make sense of why Proximus needs May. If indeed Proximus's group did end the lives of May's group, and they still possess technology that can be used, Proximus would need her to teach him how to use it. Perhaps this is where the idea that knowledge is power applies, and perhaps this knowledge is held by May. But what would this technology be that May would have access to? Perhaps a place where only humans can enter. Perhaps the door to a bunker. Or maybe an ancient technology such as Alpha and Omega, the nuclear bomb we saw in the original movies. May could also be the one to explain to Noah what really happened in the world. Perhaps she will lead them to a library, or some place where crucial information about humanity is kept, a last place that protects the history of the world. Here Noah might discover who Caesar was, and his connection to him. I think May's story has a lot of potential, and we look forward to seeing how it will play out in the film. In the last few hours, rumors of a May-focused trailer during the Super Bowl have intensified. Hopefully, if the theory that May is the last human capable of speech turns out to be true, we may see some hint of this in the trailers. But tell me, what do you think about all this? Will May be the last human left who can talk? And for more videos about the Planet of the Apes universe, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. You're on. The Oasis Geek.